Following the sentence passed on her parents, Sonia Ekweremmadu, the ailing daughter of Ike Ekweremmadu, has, in an interview with BBC, expressed how she feels. Recalled that on March 2023, Ike Ekweremmadu, his wife, and Dr Obeta were found guilty of organ trafficking for conspiring to bring a 21-year-old boy, David Wamini, to London for organ harvesting. Hello, my wonderful people. Welcome back to yet another story. It is Florence here, and this is Story TV. If you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time, welcome. Kindly subscribe to my channel and set notifications so that you can easily access my upcoming posts. Thank you so much. Ike Ekweremmadu is a Nigerian politician and a lawyer who hails from Enugu State, Nigeria, and had served in the Senate of Nigeria for Enugu West from 3rd June 2003 to 5th May 2023. He is a member of the People's Democratic Party and was the Deputy Senate President of Nigeria for 3 consecutive Senates. Sometime in September 2022, 25-year-old Sonia Ekweremmadu had, in a lengthy Instagram post, confirmed that she dropped out of University of Newcastle in 2019 after being diagnosed with a rare kidney disease called FSGS, nephrotic syndrome. She is currently in London, UK, where she receives 5 hours of dialysis 3 to 4 times a week as she waits for a kidney transplant. So after her parents were sentenced to prison, with Ike Ekweremmadu having 9 years 8 months in prison and her mother having 4 years 6 months in prison, and Dr Obeta, the doctor who served as a middleman, having 10 years in prison, and with her not found guilty of any wrongdoing because she was formally charged for the crime, but later she was not found guilty of it. Sonia has expressed that she was not happy with the verdict, but she also added that the law has taken its course. Apart from the sadness she feels concerning her parents' current condition, she feels something else in addition. And even though she says she's not part of the crime, like she wasn't a part of bringing that boy into UK for organ harvesting, she said that her parents informed her about it, but she didn't know that they were going to bring him in such a manner. So she says in an interview with BBC London that she has a feeling of guilt because her parents committed this crime because of her. If not for her, they wouldn't have committed this crime. They committed this crime to help her. What I feel for Sonia right now is pity because of the fact that the parents who were supposed to take care of her, who were supposed to be a part of her life, a part of the journey of her sickness, are now behind bars, okay? I feel pity for her. But I must not fail to say that even though she is not part of the plan of bringing that boy to the UK for organ harvesting, she knew that her parents were going to bring that boy to the UK for organ harvesting. Of course, she mentioned it. She said that she knew that they told her, but she wasn't, a part of it, like bringing that boy, a part of the plan to bring the boy to the UK for organ harvesting. She knew that her parents were about to bring that boy to the UK for organ harvesting. Why didn't she tell her parents not to do that? I guess, as I have mentioned before, if you're in a situation whereby you don't have any, you are helpless, you are needing something, and you're so desperate, and you're, in need of that, in desperate need of that, and see, at that point, you don't make good use of your brain to be like you don't have sense, because you're determined to live, you're determined to live, okay? And they have looked at it, and this boy, if they remove one of his kidneys, he will not die, okay? Normally, he was supposed to die if everything went well. Okay, he would still live with 1 kidney. So that's why they didn't think that they were bringing this boy to the UK just to kill him or something like that. I think the right thing to say is that they didn't really know the implication of what they were doing. That is the point, okay? They didn't know. If they knew that this was going to result to this, they would have found another alternative to this. What I said in my previous video, that some people do things because they can, without thinking of what the law says about what you're about to do. So this is the problem, okay? Ike Ekweremmadu thought that he could do this, that he could take this boy easily, just as he could do in Nigeria, and do whatever he wants with the boy, okay? Because after all, he's just a poor boy from the streets, okay? From the streets of Lagos, who just sells phones, okay? And makes just little money out of it. So he was a poor boy. So with him being a powerful man, all he needed to do was just to snap his fingers and things happen for him, just as it does in Nigeria for him. He was so blinded by this power that he didn't think that the influence of this power did not extend to the UK. That the UK system is quite different from Nigerian system, okay? He was just blinded by his power, that he did not think about these things. It is true that the desperation to save his daughter played a role in this, but he was supposed to put that desperation on that check, to avoid committing a crime to save his daughter. So like in every story, there's always big lessons. The main reason why we tell this story here is for you to learn your lessons, okay? Not just to listen to the story and say, hey, this thing happened to this man is like this and this man is like that, and to condemn and to, bash words and to say a lot of things. So the question I ask myself whenever I think of this case of Ike Ekweremmadu is, if I were Ike Ekweremmadu, if I were as powerful as Ike Ekweremmadu, what would I have done better? It's very easy to blame people when things happen, or to blame people when they do something wrong. If you find yourself in the shoe of that person, how would I have done better? This is why I say we learn our lessons here, okay? Because if something is happening to us for the first time, we wouldn't know what to do except we have learned this lesson from somebody else's story. So this is the reason why you have to listen carefully. Let me pinpoint the lessons that I learned from this case of Ike Ekweremmadu so that you go home with it. If God so bless you with power, make sure that you use it with some common sense. Never ever think that this power is meant to be used to do whatever you want, okay? You can't just do whatever you want all the time. You have to consider the people around you, how what you're going to do is to affect the people around you. Doing whatever you want all the time means that you're selfish. Makes you very selfish, okay? And puts people around you in danger. Before you do certain things in certain countries, make sure you know what the law says about it. You need to know, because even if you decide in the future to go ahead and do that thing, you already know the consequences of your action. So you don't come up with a kind of I don't know kind of statement. From that moment when Sonia Ike Ekweremmadu knew what her parents were up to, she was supposed to call their attention to what the law says if it happened that she knew. But I guess she didn't know, or I guess she knew, but she thought that it's going to be as it is in Nigeria, where law is not taken seriously, or where the powerful is above the law. So you have to know the law. You have to know what the law says about a particular place that you're going to, okay? Especially when you have something that you want to do in that place that you don't know whether it's good or bad. You have to check what the law says about it so that you be on a safer side. Or as I said before, even if you decide to do it, you just have to know that this is what the law says about what you're about to do, so that you don't have to blame anything for the consequences of your action, so that you know that this is what the consequences of my action were. My people, desperation is a bad thing. I'm telling you the truth. Desperation can make you do a lot of things. When you're desperate for money, you're desperate for children, you're desperate to get married, you're desperate to have a car, you're desperate to get a job, you're desperate to, do this or that. If you happen to be blinded by desperation, I'm telling you, my people, you won't know what you're doing. Your common sense will just disappear and your wisdom will just vanish. So if you notice that you're desperate, make sure that you find a way to come out of it, because desperation is not a good thing. So with this, I come to the end of this video. Please drop your comments in the comment section. I want to know what your thought is on this, okay? Thank you so much for coming this far with me. My name remains Florence, and this is Story. If I'm a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time, welcome. Kindly subscribe my channel and set notifications so that you can easily access my upcoming posts. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. God bless you. Bye.